country. We're going to touch on the subject of immigration today, and I can speak about immigration because I'm well aware of it, more than just Hispanic immigration and illegal immigration, but immigration of Arabs, Indians. There's 10 million people in this country and illegally, and there's 5 million of them working in construction. The construction is almost at a standstill now. So what are those 5 million people doing? They're illegal. Are they still working in construction? Probably so, because they work for less. Now, why would they work for less? Well, first of all, they don't have to have insurance for their car. They don't have to have a driver's license. They don't have to pay taxes and Social Security. And these liberal scum can come out and say that they provide for this economy, but they don't. Tomatoes are $3 a pound. What's immigration has helped tomatoes be $3 a pound? Back when there weren't illegal immigrants, or there were fewer of them, tomatoes were $1 a pound. So you liberal bastards can explain that maybe. Okay, illegal immigrant runs into my nephew. Probably $1,000 worth of damage to his car. The police show up. The Mexican's drunk. He happened to be Mexican. The Mexican's drunk. The police tells the Mexican to go down the road. The Mexican drunk walks down the road, and my nephew's infuriated. The Mexican didn't have no insurance, no driver's license, and the policeman let him go. And that's one of about 100 of them. I have in-laws that are in the police department, and they'll tell you it happens all the time. They can't do anything with them. If they arrest them and they call immigration don't want nothing to do with them. It's a job. It's just like 60% or 70% of federal jobs or government jobs are there. They're there for their 8 hours, and most of the time they don't do nothing for 8 hours. And that's the way they like it. They talk, they laugh, they joke about this, that, and the other thing, and that's costing the taxpayers, the American citizen, money to pay these no good, lazy bastards to sit around and do nothing. Alright, now we got 5 million illegal workers taking the construction jobs. Okay, now if it gets worse and more people stop building or repairing their houses for some reason, say there's a natural disaster that causes a great fall to someone's work and they can't afford to do it, what's going to become of those 5 million, 6, 8, 10 million illegal immigrants? What are they going to do for money? Well, they're going to steal. They're going to kill. They're going to rob people like they do already. And the biggest thing is they sell drugs. They come on here and they say they can't spend $500 or $5,000 to get their papers. I know hundreds of Spanish people and several Arab and Indian people, and I know out of 100 of the Hispanics I know, there might be 2 of them that don't drive a vehicle that cost $20,000 or more. Now, our government allows a couple of chemical companies in this country to deposit, I believe it's 100 million pounds a year of the chemical used to make methamphetamine right across the border into Mexico. Sells it either 100 million pounds or 100 million tons. If you want to find out, you can go to pbs.org, and they talk about the meth thing, and it's in that piece on pbs.org. All right. They walk across the border with 5 or 6 pounds of marijuana. I guess the street value is probably around, I don't know, around $1,600 a pound. That's $6,000 plus that they've got from crossing this border. Last year, 3 Mexicans were deported, sent back to Mexico. In less than 3 months, all 3 of them were back here. And I know all 3 of them. It cost them about $500 or $600 more than it normally costs because of the coyotes use it as an excuse because of the terrorist thing that's in America, which is another joke. Oh, that's a real good thing. Right after 9/11, I changed jobs to try to keep ahead of the Mexicans, and I'll tell you about that later. The things I've seen at the border in Mexico, Mexican-United States border. But anyway, you got to call your congressman. You got to tell people that enough's enough. Get rid of these people. They got to be deported. You cannot give them amnesty. Not just the Mexicans. The people from the Haitians, the Cubans, the Filipinos, the Vietnamese. Oh, and by the way, just in case you don't know, they're going to import probably 200,000 to 300,000 Arabs to this country now when they finish fighting over in Iraq. Now, when they do, all these people are going to need a place to stay. They're going to need money for food. They're going to need cars. Guess who's going to pay for it? You're going to pay for it. If you're a working, tax-paying American citizen, you're going to pay for this. And like I said earlier, the only country that you can come from another place, not be legal, and own stuff. And they can't take it away from you. You cannot own property in Mexico unless you're wealthy. You cannot go to Mexico and work unless you make 40,000 times what the average daily labor rate is. You cannot go to Mexico and have a business unless you're rich. You do not get no services, no translation. If you go to jail, you go to jail. You don't get no government services. You don't get nothing like this country gives out. It's time to stop. We're over in other countries telling people what's right for them. We don't even have our own country's not fixed. Look in Washington, D.C., of all places. The crime rate is unbelievable. Murders almost every single day. Murders, rapes, robberies. Well, with that, the end here will be just a few more reasons why I'm against amnesty for illegal immigrants of any country. Why I'm against allowing them to stay here. Why I'm against us being in Iraq and not having our soldiers keep the borders both north and south protected. It's up to you people. It's up to the American public. Nobody else. It's your fault if this continues. And so y'all have a good day now.